Hey everybody, I'm back. You would not believe how long I just spent fighting with my camera. I had it in the perfect setup, then I hit the record button and my tripod just like totally fell over. And I know I totally need a new tripod. I don't even know where I have mine. Like, I don't know, I just need another one. I don't want to pay for it though, but I need another one. Also, I apologize if I sound like my voice sounds funny. It's a little deep anyway, but I'm like sick, but I'm not sick, but I'm sick. I don't really get sick, but when I do get sick, like the once every few years, like I get like half the symptoms and it doesn't hit me as hard, but I'm still really irritated. My throat's kind of bothering me. So, and also I was like my brother kept yelling up to me yesterday and I had to like yell to respond. So it's like I could barely speak last night, and I think I'm gonna have to sneeze. Ooh, I can feel it. Anyway, moving on. I'm so excited to be back. Graduated college, gained some weight, you know, doing my thing, new job. But today I decided to just I'm trying to get in the swing of booktubing. I don't really get it, but here we go. So I have my December TBRs, like my to-be reads, and my currently readings. So I read so fast that it's like I could never make two separate videos. It's just like I go through like a book a day. So it just doesn't make sense for me to do them because like my list is so ongoing. But I thought, oh God, I'm going to start with my currently readings and then I'm just going to go through that. And so my first book is also a lot of these, I don't know, I guess I do like a lot, not lesser known books. I don't want to be that person saying like, I only do lesser known books. But I frequent a lot of like used bookstores, and there's a bookstore near me where every book's $1. So obviously they're not going to be like the newest releases. They're like a lot of lesser known ones. They're still really good, but obviously they're only $1, so whatever. So the first one I have, it's called Invisible Ellen, and I'm like, as you can see, I'm only like 35 pages into it, because while I really like this book, I don't know if it's like I'm not like getting hooked in it, or every time I pick it up I'm exhausted from reading other books or going to work, so it's like I can never get into this, but it's short and I know I'll be finished with it by the end of the day, so I think I'm just gonna knock it out. But it's about our main character. Her name is Ellen. She comes from the foster system. Her mother left her. She's really overweight. And, you know, she spent her whole life trying to become invisible, avoiding people. She essentially only goes into work at night. She, like, you know, she's big into people watching. And then, she meets this blind woman she helps named Temerity. And so that's like the synopsis, like, you get on the back. And that's, like, as far as I got into the book. So, I kind of don't really like, Ellen is for me, but I really like Temerity and some of the other side characters, and I think, I don't know, maybe I'm getting into it, like, trying not to be spoilery, but maybe it's not, like, I think as far as because Ellen, like, tries to make herself unknown, I feel like the characters she interacts with, the people that she people watches with, I find their lives a lot more interesting than actually Ellen. So I think maybe that's why I keep putting it down. I don't know. Things to think about. I was also going to mention something else, but I can't remember. But a bunch of New York Times bestselling authors blurbed on it. And it was only $1, so I was really excited. It's really cute. I really loved the blind character that they have in here. I think she's wonderful. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this book. I really had something else on like the tip of my tongue, but I cannot remember it for the life of me. Whatever, we're moving on to the next book. Okay, so don't judge me, but sometimes to take a break, I love a good, hot, steamy romance novel. You know what I like even better? When there's a plot. Like, you know, I'm not talking about those thin ones. I'm talking about those thick, like, romance novels. Like, I'm not even ashamed. Like, I'll buy, like, 8 billion of these. I love them. Some part of me is, like, I love the idea of love, and the other part of me has intimacy issues. But I get to live my life throughout this book. So this is Sweet, I hate even saying this though. This is called Sweet Filthy Boy by Christina Lauren. And like, I guess she's like a really, like, she's a New York Times bestselling author. She has like another like series that she does, but this one's essentially about this character Mia, who's really serious and she's had her life planned out, and then she graduates from college, and then her and her friends do one big Las Vegas trip, and she meets this handsome hot French dude, and then he's like, let's go to Paris for the, and then there's like, you know, a bunch of crazy events. I'm assuming well, the location of Vegas serves as a plot device, and I'm sure you can guess which one, but it's like a really good physical copy of an explicit fan fiction, and that's what I deserve. Like, I don't know, I'm like almost done with this. I'm currently reading it. I'm reading 3 books at the same time, but I love it. Like, and I was like, do I really need to buy this? I work next to Barnes & Noble, so I was hanging out there, and then like I just kept wanting to know, like, while I was sleeping, I was like, how the hell does it end? And then I went back and I bought the next day, so hell yeah. But yeah, and it's a good size read. It's like 400 pages. I don't know. Big fan. Yeah, there's explicit sex in this, obviously. Yeah, I actually like the dude in this, so, I mean, he's not creepy, he's not weird, he's not controlling, so, yeah, no weird tropes in there, so, yeah, excited. Love it. And then the second is another book by her. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. These books to me are like the gum or like the candy of like books, like, you know, just like to satisfy a craving, you know. You don't think about them really ever after, but I'm a big fan. This one's called Beautiful Secret. I really hate these titles. Let me just say that. Same author. Ruby has a crush on one of the higher ups in her department, and whoa, lo and behold, they magically get sent on a trip together to New York. This is based in London. Yeah, except the main character in this one, I don't really like him too much. Like, I know they kind of tried to make him like a Mr. Darcy, like a stoic kind of dude, keep like quiet, but like I feel like that works for Mr. Darcy and not Niall, who's in this book. So I definitely like the male in this book better, and not so much in here. Yeah, I like the female better no, I like her better in this one. But I'm like close to the end in both of these, and so far I like the conflict in both of them, but I feel like this one is like, it seems like it's going to be resolved too quickly. So I like it when like they make the men sweat a little bit. Like, I'm trying not to be spoilery, but like for these kind of books, predictable, you know, but I love them so much. Like, I'm like, if they carried the other ones that she does in Barnes & Noble, I would be all over that. Like, I'm sorry, I just love them. Like, and I'm almost done. I know I don't have bookmarks. Well, they're like in the book, but I've got like 10 pages left. Hold on, my work is calling me. Okay, so I'm big mad. That wasn't even my work. They were calling to a scheduled appointment that I don't remember making, so I'm gonna have to Google their number. So, but anyway, moving on from these 3 books. These are the ones that I'm all currently reading. I'll finish with them tonight, so all this stuff. So see, that's why I'm finishing all 3 books tonight, so that's why I'm doing my to be read, currently reading. It's all the same. So, and this one is called The Reader, and it's by Tracy, I believe it's called She, and it's a New York Times bestseller, or it's a New York Times bestseller, or she's a New York Times bestselling author. They don't make it very clear, but I have seen this book now that I've started watching more book videos, but I did find this book on my Tumblr. I do follow a blog that it puts out, they post, it's all like books or works by authors of color and marginalized authors. So I did get there from that, and I will put that, when I can find it, I will put that link in the down bar. But I do want to encourage you to follow them or check them out. I think not saying that booktube's unreliable, but rather than waiting for people to put out videos, they're a very consistent blog and they have really great recommendations. So basically, this book is about the main character, Sephia, I believe. It takes place in a world where, like, reading's not a thing, which is, like, mind blown. Like, I just don't, whatever. So, her father was murdered. She's only got her aunt, but her aunt ends up being kidnapped, and yeah, that's basically, like, she finds a book. You know, there's a lot of mystery. To be honest, I don't really know too much about this. I know it sounds terrible, but because I seem uninformed, but like, this blog, I have bought so many works because of this. I was like, I don't care, like, I just need to buy it. And it was only $10.99 at Barnes & Noble, so it was nice to just pick it up right there. But I just think it's really interesting, like, as a concept, just, like, imagine not being reading, because I just feel like reading, knowledge, literacy, that's such a source of power. And I know this is I feel like this probably has some fantasy elements in it as well. Like, it's probably not just, like, the political thing that I think it could be, maybe, who knows. But, like, you open up it in here, and it's got, like, a ton of praise. Like, NPR gave it the best book of the year, and I love NPR. I truly do. Mostly for their film reviews, but clearly this made some waves. So I'm just really excited to read this from this author, and I just hope I love it. I know I'll be done, like, this week. It's, like, almost 500 pages long, so I'm really excited. Wish it was hardcover, but is what it is. Sorry about that. The next book is by T.C. Boyle, who is a really famous novelist. He's been working since, I believe, like, the mid-1970s. And it's called The Terra Knots. Also wish this was in hardcover, but I think I bought this actually at Barnes & Noble. Whatever. But I think this is I was thinking really hard. I was watching, like, tropes videos by A Clockwork Reader, who I just discovered and I love. And I think I was thinking really hard about the tropes I like rather than dislike. And I don't know if it counts as a trope, but I love stuff where it's like, you know, there's like 8 people and they wash up on shore and they have to start a new colony or a new society. I fucking love, I'll bleep that out. Is that inappropriate? Whatever. I love those. Like, there was a TV show, like, let me know if anybody has watched this, because I feel like I'm the only one who's ever seen it, called Flight 29 Down. You know, a plane crashes, like 16 high schoolers, they have to band together. Anyway, love that stuff. So it takes place in 1994, and basically climate change is threatening the earth, they start this project called New Eden, which is like half a science project, half a half a publicity stunt. And, you know, they get people called the Terra Knots to go ahead and start this new world. And it's told, I believe, through 3 narrators. And I'm just so excited to start this book. I might actually start it before the reader, but it just looks so good. It's pretty, I want to say it's pretty short, but like the writing's also pretty tiny. But I'm just really excited. New York Times was a big fan. A lot of people are a fan of this author, or so I've heard from my brief research. So I could care less. I don't even care what it's about. I just heard New Colony and I was like, yeah. So I'm just excited. Okay, so this seems super interesting. This is called All the Lives I Want by Alana Massey. And I picked this up through a book recommendations on Refinery 29. Hey guys, I'm back and I have a candle. I had to move this a little bit, so I'm sorry if it's not the same. My card was full, so I had to import the last video onto my computer really quickly and then put it back in here. I used to have like 8 billion memory cards, but somehow they're disappearing. Don't know why. Everything's disappearing. This is why I don't film a lot. I'm such a messy person. But anyway. So the next book I have are All the Lives I Want by Alana Massey, and I was wrecked this kind of by Refinery 29, which I love Refinery 29. I don't want to say it's like a real news website. I don't really know what, I don't know, but check it out. I really like it. But it's got like a ton of praise on the back, but it's essentially a collection of essays, personal essays about the author Alana's feelings towards famous strangers, basically like studies about female celebrities, and how she relates to them. Basically, it's really interesting because I feel like celebrities, like it's so interesting. It's like we talk about them like we know them, like we should have some input in their lives, but it's also like we kind of want their lives. It's so, like, it was such an interesting idea. I had to pick it up, and it's got like a ton of praise on the back from New York best-selling authors, especially Jessica Valenti, who did Sex Object, and I love that book. I highly recommend it. And I'll just read hers. And it says, All the Lives I Want is a brilliant collection of the things women think but do not say. The essays delight and infuriate in equal measure, and Massey's sharp and poignant writing solidify her place as one of the best cultural critics of our generation. And basically, in case I didn't summarize it well, the inside flap says that Massey, blah, 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 blah. She examines the intersection of our own identities and the celebrities we seek to emulate, but who we never quite acknowledge as entirely human. So, and apparently it's got a lot of discussion on, you know, how we view women, how we view celebrities, mental health, a bunch of sort of things. So I'm just really excited. This has been on my shelf staring at me. But, like, it talks about the Olsen twins, and, like, I used to love them so much. And, like, I'm just hoping, like, I'm hoping this book will delve into, like, maybe, like, the way we talk about celebrities, how, like, you know, especially female celebrities, how we'll just openly discuss, you know, their life, their hobbies, their weight, their looks. But I'm just really excited about this. I think I'll do a review on it, because I haven't seen this book really anywhere, but hopefully it's good. And then lastly, we have like, my candles are on here somewhere, and I'm like afraid I'm gonna be burnt. We have a graphic novel. I was like, comic graphic novel, I forgot the word. And they're not new by any means. These have just been on my list. I just gotten to pick them up. I find they're much cheaper on Amazon. I really want to support more indie bookstores, but honestly, Amazon's so cheap. Ugh, somebody help me. And also Amazon Prime, like, you cannot beat that 2-day shipping. But this I've received a ton of recommendations. It's called Rat Queens. It's basically about battle maidens for hire. So they kill all, like, these creatures, basically for profit. And ooh, the sun's, like, glaring. I'm so sorry as if that's been going on this whole video. But anyway, so, it's not the writing, like, the drawing style I'm used to. Here, I'll just show it up quick. Because I'm one of those people who pick out, like, comics art based on art style, like anime too. I don't know why. I'm just a shallow person. But, I'd, like, flip through this, and this, for the battle maidens, like, they're not, like, you know how a lot of female superheroes are drawn. All of these women, they're very diverse, different shapes, different fantasy races. We have the battle maidens of color. We have dwarf battle maidens. We have overweight battle maidens. I haven't gotten that far into it, so I can't, like, tell you that the diversity and representation is spectacular, but it looks pretty good, especially for this genre. Like, I'm not saying I'll take what I can get, but, you know. Sometimes it's hard, but I'm just really excited to pick this up. I'm hoping the drawing style won't put me off, but really excited. Got great reviews. I love action. These women are also described as booze guzzling. I think that's great. Like, I think that's wonderful. But that's basically all that's on my currently reading and my TBR. Like, this isn't a long list, but I didn't want to overshoot myself for December because sometimes I get really burnt out when I read, and like I have my new job and that's like stressful, so you know I come home and I just want to sleep. But hopefully I can finish all these and a few more. If I finish up a few more for the end of December, maybe I'll film a video about that. But I've been adding so much to my reading list. Like, I've been watching so much of Squibbles Reads and A Clockwork Reader. Like, they're so bad for my Amazon habit. And then next year, I really want to try, you know, exploring more by myself. I'm going to go up to Boston more, and I think I'm just going to do like a tour around indie bookstores, because while it's a little bit more expensive, I'd rather contribute my money towards there. And then that even beats 2-day shipping because I can just get it right there. But that's it, and I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm so sorry about the sun. Like, it wasn't even this bright when I started filming. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll come back and let me know if you liked it.